What's up, D-heads? We are back in Diablo Immortal, looking spiffy. Today we're just on a grind. We are trying to clear 4 levels. We need to reach that level 35, baby. That's what we're all about. Let's go in here and see what they're trying to offer people today. And we got to talk about the shop a little bit because I did dive a little bit deeper into what makes this game so pay to win. And I think a lot of people are kind of misconstruing a lot of things about Diablo Immortal. One of the things that I hear about is, like, obviously these things, these legendary crests, this is a big deal because you need to use these, you need to sacrifice these to open the rift, to go in there and try to get legendary gems. If you sacrifice these legendary crests, you have a chance at getting legendary gems. So that is a path of power that greatly influences the power level of a character, is what gems that you have on them. So a lot of the pay to win stuff comes from collecting gems. If you have a shit ton of money, you can obviously buy these legendary crests, and you can go in there and you can get better gems, and that's going to help cap your character out. So yes, if you wanted to come into Diablo 3 and be the most powerful level 20 freaking character that you can be, then you can start spending money right off rip for these legendary crests, and you can be pay to win. The thing is, I'm kind of looking at it the other way, right? Because you have a whole character to build. You have gear to grind out. You have a character to level up, skills to go through, all of that good stuff. I would think for the normal player, once you actually cap out your character's level, once you learn all the skills, once you find a bunch of good gear, which that sounds like 100 hours of gameplay to me, at that point, you can turn around and start dropping these legendary crests in order to get some of these gems. But I know what some of the people are going to say. There are no legendary crests. You have to buy them all. You have to buy them all. We don't know. Okay? Obviously right now the game's trying to pay for itself, so they're not just going to be handing legendary crests away. But just like any, I almost want to say gacha game, just like any mobile game, this game is going to have to feed its player population. Right? Other games do this by letting you grind a certain amount of lapis every week. Now, this game doesn't really, well, I guess it does have lapis. Eternal orbs are kind of like lapis. And obviously you can use the eternal orbs. Oh, this is my boon of plenty. You can use your eternal orbs to get more of those crests. The point is, free to play, you can only earn, what, 1 or 2 crests a month is what I'm being told right now. Honestly though, when we have things like the boon of plenty, just to help players along the way and get way more resources. I mean, we're getting some gems here. This is only a rank 1, whatever, right? These aren't like the legendary gems. Cosmetics. I've also heard people actually complain about the cosmetics, that there are 1,000 of these orbs, which is like, I don't know, so much more money than they would have wanted to pay. Personally, I think you're absolutely tripping. They can charge whatever the hell they want to for skins, because they are skins, they're cosmetic, they're not actually going to affect the gameplay. I would prefer if this game made all of its money on skins. Make skins $100, and that way, if you really, really, really want one, you can cough that up and support the game. But everything's going to play the same. You're just going to have a fancy skin to run around in. And people were bringing up the fact that they don't like how the skins are priced. They should just be giving the cosmetics away. So to me, I don't know. I think the problem is we're having a bunch of normal gamers walk into a mobile environment, a mobile game pretty much, because all I'm hearing is the monetization is just evil. It's just so terrible. Folks, I got news for you. It's not terrible. It's the future. Okay? I hate to say it, but like, this is how games are going to be made. Period. Let me give you a quick scenario, right? We're trying to make the best video game that we can. We have $50 million, right? And we can either make this game one of two ways. Way number one, the traditional way, right? We can make a game and then we can eat the cost of advertising, production. We're going to be putting commercials out there trying to advertise our game. We're going to be putting it on social media. We're going to be paying people for that. Trying to build the hype train, right? And then when the game comes out, we sell it for $60 because, well, that's just how much a video game costs. That is how much Diablo 3 costs without the expansion, right? So that is the straightforward way of making and selling a video game. This is something that, older folks are used to because we've had to live through this shit. You would go to the store and you'd have to pick out a game based on the art cover. Maybe, just maybe, you might have seen a commercial for that game within the past month and you kind of got an idea of what's in there, but typically you're blind buying video games based on cover art. Right? Now, that doesn't work that great, right? I know, it doesn't. So, option number two for making a video game. We still have our $50 million. We still need to charge $60 for the game, right? But option number two is a little bit more clever. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the same exact game, same programmers, everything. We're going to make this game, but then we're going to split this game into two parts. The first part and then the second part. Just bear with me here. So we release the first part of the game completely for free. Everybody, anybody, and their mama can come try this game out. All they have to do is download it, and they can play the whole way through part one. And at the end of part one, when the player gets there, a little message comes up and says, "We really hope you enjoyed the experience and the game that we made for you. If you would like to play part two, you can donate $60 or you can pay $60 for part two of the game." That is clearly the better way to go. You're going to be able to collect that $60 from more and more people because more and more people are going to give your game a chance because they're going to get to try it for completely free. They don't have to pay anything up front. You are no longer gambling on the cover art of a video game. You get the game for free. You get to go home and play it for free, right? You get up to a certain point and you're like, well, I've really been having a good time playing this game. Clearly, I've played all the way through part one. So why wouldn't I buy part two, right? Why wouldn't I give them their $60 and fully unlock this game? This is just what's going to happen in the future because it just makes more sense to sell content that way. And I don't think people really see that, right? I don't expect normal gamers to understand how brutal some of the gacha games and stuff like that are. I get it. In fact, one of the videos I was talking about yesterday was talking about the guy that spent $14,000 on loot crates here. I tell you what, that guy is nothing compared to the man in Asia that spent probably $100,000 on loot crates and gacha systems. I think it was specifically Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, by the way, that did that guy in. I've just been watching multiple gamer channels talk about this and talk about the monetization. You can tell that these guys are not used to this kind of system. So of course, everyone jumps to the worst conclusion possible, and they're like, "Yo, okay, to get these gems, man." Obviously, if you want to start collecting these gems right off rip, then yeah, if you want those crests, then you're going to have to pay monies, right? But here's what I'm noticing. First of all, they are supplying us with little bundles. Here's 2 of these crests right here. It's $5 for the bundle. Yeah, I get it, right? It's still $5, but you know what? A lot of these games, they would be asking for $20 instead of $5. So I think we got to give them some credit there. They are coming through with some little tiny bundles. I've already seen bundles for $1, right? And who knows, a couple months from now, they might have a legendary crest bundle. $3 get you 3 crests, whatever. I get that some people are not going to want to pay even $3 for these things, but you have to pay for the game a little bit. Like, either way, no matter how we make this game, it has to sell for $60. Whether you pay that up front or you get to play half the game and then you pay them their $60, these things still have to pay their way, right? They also control how many of these legendary crests they give away to us. Like, you don't think there's going to be holidays, you don't think there's going to be events where they're just giving some of these things away. I think there will be. I think there will be, and I've played a lot of games like this. They're going to want to captivate a community, and they're going to want to feed them well, right? And the beauty of this is Diablo, this Diablo, is going to hit a large audience, meaning that we can have a large community, meaning that they don't have to charge out the ass for anything. When you have a good, big, steady community, you can sell bundles for 99 cents and still make some money. So I'm sure they're also right now looking into not only how much money do we have coming in, but where is the money coming from? Are people buying skins? Is most of our money coming from skins? Right? And I will say it was kind of discouraging to hear, I don't know if I want to call it a gaming channel or a news channel, complaining about skins. I don't think these people understand how much it costs to make a skin. The things are $40 for a reason, because how much does a programmer cost? How much time does it take to make a skin? I know it's not 5 minutes. I guarantee you it's not 5 minutes, because if it was, we would have skins up the ass. Oh, that sounded messed up. Yeah, we would have tons and tons of skins. They wouldn't just come out with 1 or 2 skins. There'd be a whole pack of skins. You'd be buying them, but you'd be buying them like boxes of condoms, damn it. But that's not the case, because it takes a ton of time to make these things. And then if a certain amount of people don't buy them, well, you just wasted your time, and you paid that programmer a ton of money to make a worthless cloak that only 3 people are going to buy. So what do these games do? They curb their bet, right? Instead of selling that skin for $5, they're going to sell that skin for $30. So if only a few people buy them, they have a better chance of at least covering the cost of the programmer and all the time that it took to make those skins. And if this wasn't the case, there would be skins left and right for every game. They would just be all over the place if they were that easy to make. So I have no problem with them charging whatever they want for skins. It's cosmetic, and I don't think it should make anybody upset. The more skins they sell, the less they need to monetize everything else. Just in my opinion. And we get to these, back to these crests, right? There are 160 of these for a legendary crest. Honestly, I think if you just played this game, right? I think if you just played this game and you got yourself a boon of plenty along the way, you know, you paid $10 a month. Because here's the thing, guys. World of Warcraft, $10 a month. EverQuest, $10 a month, maybe even $15. Like, would it be better just to call it a subscription fee? Right? Because apparently people don't have a problem paying $15 a month for a subscription fee to play a game that's online with other people. We have the same thing here, except there's no subscription fee. Your boon of plenty, that's your little subscription fee. You want to give them $10 along the way, they're going to feed you tons of stuff that you can get. So I think before anybody casts any crazy judgment about how much this game is going to cost them, I dare say this: make a character, have fun, get your boon of plenty, and just collect all your resources. And when you're done actually capping out your character's level, their skills, when you find all the gear that you want and you feel that you're kind of capping on that, that's when you turn around and start looking to see how many of these crests you have and start running these, these gem levels. And I think at that point, you will be surprised at how many of these crests that you have. Because you're going to get some here, you're going to get some there, you're going to grind out your 2 per month. Right? And this is just somebody that's paying in their $9 a month for the boon of plenty. Right? Obviously, along the way, because look at this. Right here, $4.99. I'm going to get 2 of the crests, and then enough gems here for 2 more crests, 300 gems. So yeah, I'm effectively, if I get this little bundle for $5, I'm going to get pretty much almost 4 of these crests, 4 of the normal ones, and a pile of gems. I don't think that's that bad. And I could see some of these bundles being sold for $2, for $1, for 99 cents. I was really happy to see the 99-cent thing. Fact is, they even sold us a skin for 99 cents, right? But hey, a lot of people out there think this is all a terrible ripoff. I would be agreeing with them if the prices were terrible, but they're not. Right now, it looks like for most players, Diablo just seriously is trying to get a couple dollars a month out of you. And if you're not going crazy trying to get the gems right off rip, like I have a level 12 character, I better have I better have the 5-star gems for this account. Like, yeah, I'm sure if you wanted to fish for that crap right now, I'm sure you could go in there and spend $1,000 freaking dollars if you just bought this stuff like an idiot. And it is what it is. There's other games where they leave possibilities like that open too. In Last Claudia, you can buy energy, like the soul energy that you need to grind levels to, pretty much to do anything. If you want to run any level, it takes you energy. And, well, you collect energy every day from the world map. You might have like 100,000 blue energy, and you might have like, I don't know, 50,000 red energy. And each level you run costs you some of this energy to burn. Now, if you run out of energy and you want to run a level and say you're 2,000 energy short, it will ask you, do you want to pay lapis for this energy? And guess what, guys? The breakdown is absolutely fucking ridiculous. The amount of lapis that they want for energy, like an easy resource to get in the game. All you have to do is sit there and wait and you'll get more energy. But if you actually want to convert lapis into energy, it's absolutely ridiculous. I think it's like 2 lapis per energy. So literally to run a level, it could cost you hundreds of dollars. If you transfer lapis straight into energy, you can burn yourself $500 easily. Here's the thing. Nobody's ever going to do that. Nobody is ever going to do that. It's like saying that you're never going to swim because a shark could bite your arm off. It could, but it's probably never going to happen, especially if you're not in the goddamn ocean. So it's just kind of like one of these things where they pick something out like that and they're like, oh, this is terrible. This is, it's like, no, it's not. It's really not. It's the future. This is how games are going to be structured because, like I said, it's going to be much easier to put out a sample of a game and have everybody play it for free and then say, okay, time for me to collect. You're going to get some players along the way that are like, you know what? I'll buy into this. I actually enjoy playing this. I'm having a lot of fun. I wouldn't have given you guys $60 for a game up front, but now that I've got to play it and sample it and I'm enthralled in it, here's your $60 for part 2 of your game. All right, so this is just something that is going to be the future, unfortunately. Unfortunately for a lot of people that are used to like just going into a AAA title and I paid my $60 up front, I better be able to unlock everything and anything in this game. And that's just not, that's just That's not how it's going to be in the future, folks. That's just the way that it is. That's the way that the gaming market is trending. And like, if you have a problem with that, you really just need to think about the little example I made for you. Like, if you were a video game company and you were trying to sell a video game, like, which way would you go? Would you go the old school way where you're trying to get people to pay up front? Or would you be dabbling in this? Would you be putting part of the game out there to build hype, to build a community, and then getting some money for your hard work? I think for the most part, we're going to see that most of these companies are going to be doing something like that. And to me, that's what this is. So, like, even if I don't want to go in here, get any gems, right? Let's make sure. Yeah, I've been kind of scanning their store just to kind of see bundles and what they're offering to us. It is nice to see them offer something for a couple bucks. I'm telling you right now, I'm playing other games, gotcha games, where ain't nothing that you're ever going to get for $4.99. And I guess these things, the legendary crests, this is the big talk of controversy right here. It's these crests, because that's what the gems are locked behind, and that is one of the... There's 3 paths of power. The gems, your character's level, and your gear. So, and who knows? That could change too, right? They could add something else to this game and give it a 4th root of power. And here's the big thing that all these people that are pretty much just talking shit... And by the way, before they get to this, it's always the same thing. Oh, the gameplay is awesome. The mechanics are there. It feels good to smash somebody in the face and watch them blow up. It's satisfying. There's tons of options. There's controller. Oh, by the way, my controller's ordered, folks. That's right. If I wasn't having fun in here, I wouldn't have dropped $140 on a goddamn controller for my ROG phone. Right? So I'm already having enough fun to justify getting an actual controller for my device. So if I'm having enough fun to drop $140 on that, I don't think the $4.99 bundle is going to kill me. But honestly, I don't even know if I need it. Because like I said, you never know how they're going to feed their players. A couple months from now, they could just start giving more of these out, right? Or we could have some kind of event and you can earn some, grind some, get some. Ultimately, though, I think with all of the insults that I've heard to this game, well, it's like compliments followed by insults to, you know, it being a mobile game. I've never heard anybody talk about the big benefit of having this game set up like this. And what I'm talking about, it's actually, look at these awesome cosmetics. What I'm talking about is the fact that a game like this is going to be upgraded and updated so much more. Like Diablo 3, cool. Like, they might patch it once in a while. They might have to fix something. But typically, you're not getting new content unless there's an expansion. That's it. Oh, and by the way, if you want that expansion, it's another $59.99, homie. So, yeah, for an expansion, you're buying another game. And I guess these people are totally fine with that. They're fine paying for the game again to have an expansion for it. That is all good for them. But what they fail to realize is a game like this doesn't need expansions. They don't. Games like this don't need expansions. They're constantly getting bug fixes on the fly. They're constantly getting maintained. There are things added to this game. Events get added all the time. Holiday events get added. Okay? I didn't really see Diablo 3 doing much of anything for any goddamn holiday. That just wasn't a thing because it's not set up like that. They can't add nifty little events and quests and extra gear and stuff just because of some holiday. They need another expansion for that. That's what the expansion is, right? It's all that stuff that they couldn't add along the way that they come out with, and yeah, you're going to pay another $60 for it. Well, with games like this, they can update them on the fly, right? A small patch and bam, everybody has Christmas gear to equip, or some new quest opens up, right? Or maybe, just maybe, they start giving out some of these crests. So nobody has mentioned that at all. Like the fast pace at which a game like this can be updated, can be changed, features can be added without you having to get any sort of expansion and pay another $60. Because from where I'm sitting, Diablo 3 plus its expansion, that's $100. And from what I've been told, if you want to cap out a character here, you're gonna throw $100 at it to get the gems that you want. Now, this is what I've been told. I haven't experienced this firsthand. The numbers could be up, could be more, could be less. I don't know. But to me, that really doesn't sound all that terrible. Because that's telling me that, you're going to pay $100 for Diablo 3 and its expansion. And for Diablo Immortal, you're going to pay $100 to cap a character. So to me, it's all about which one are you having fun in? Which one are you spending all of your time playing? Because that's the one you should throw your $100 at, realistically. So I just kind of wanted to mention that because I've already done like a Diablo Why So Much Hate video where I was trying to figure out what the deal was. And now I have a better idea of exactly what is so pay to win in this game and what average gamers are detesting so hardcore. Right, it's pretty much, it's these crests, right? This is the closest form to a gacha that we have in this game. Instead of sacrificing these crests and doing some kind of 10 pull and getting gear or some crap like that, it's opening a level for you. And when you kill all the monsters in that level, that's your lottery. Because they're going to drop random gear for you, and they're going to drop some kind of gem. So there's your lottery. You're pretty much going in there to fish for that gem. And yeah, gems are gonna make you pretty powerful. It's nice that you can keep working on them and upgrading them and just taking them out of one slot of gear and putting it into another one. That's cool. And yeah, if you want to spend a fortune, you can start grinding for those gems and paying to grind for those gems right off rip, right out of the box, right? Or I think you can do the smart thing that most players are going to do. Make an account, play through the game, play through the story, maybe chip in your $9 a month for the Plenty Boon, and when you're done capping out your character and getting all the gear you want, that's when you turn around and say, okay, how many legendary crests do I have? Because I think at that point you're going to be surprised at how many of them you have, because you've been picking up, 2 of them a month along the way as a free-to-play player, right? And there's probably going to be some events, something where they're going to give some more, right? And that is I guess the most earnest way to go. This is without picking up a 99-cent bundle or a $4 bundle along the way and getting some more of these crests. And honestly, I don't think that's that bad. Picking up one of these bundles or two for 99 cents, a couple bucks. I'm plenty happy with it. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Now, there might be other hidden things that I haven't run into, but from my understanding of it, this is pretty much the gist of it. So I'm going to keep playing this game. That is for damn sure. And I'll wait till I actually, cap everything out. And then I'll turn around and see how many of these legendary crests I have. Obviously, though, I'm going to pick some up from a bundle here, from a bundle there. But I think for most people, if you're just patient, if you just wait, they'll start giving these things out for Christmas, for Valentine's Day, for every and any occasion. Because, they're clearly here in Diablo, these legendary crests are like freaking as good as gold. Right, so this is what all the dismay is about. Legendary crests, getting gems. If I missed anything, if there's some other monetized way of them getting money from us that I've missed, please let me know. But what I want you to take away from this is, like, when you hear people talking about Diablo Immortal and just how monetized up the ass it is and how terrible it is, a lot of that might be getting misconstrued. Like, it can be. Just like, just like Last Claudia can literally be the most expensive game in the entire world if you go in there and buy energy. Like, if you go in there and buy energy from Lapis straight to energy, then yeah, you probably could spend $2,000 just to run a level, to get enough energy to run that level. I'm sure you could spend thousands of dollars. And that's in there. Does that mean that anybody is actually spending $1,000 to run that level one more time? No, they're not. They're exiting out of their app and they're coming back 10 minutes later when they have enough energy to run that level. Okay? Maybe somebody's poured $1,000 into it just to say that they did it. I sure hope they got a recording of it. But yeah, just because these things are options does not mean that they're actually the way to go. It doesn't mean that a bunch of people are actually going to do this and rip themselves off left and right. So I don't think this game is getting a fair deal right now. I don't. And a lot of it is just people breaking it down like, you need these gems right off rip. So right off rip, you're going to want to be running this thing, and you're only able to grind 2 of them a month, free to play. And even when they say that, you can't even concretely say that, because you don't know how much the player is going to be able to grind next month and the month after that and Valentine's Day. So it is what it is, and I think this game is going to do just great. But I wanted to get my 2 cents out there now that I've actually got a better idea of how this game is monetized. I don't know, do you think it's monetized too much? Leave me a comment, let me know, because so far I think it's pretty damn fair. And I gotta say, the one thing that kind of irked me was hearing people complain that a skin costs such a premium price here. And I'm just like, bro, they can charge whatever the fuck they want for a skin. Don't buy it, bro. Let other people buy it, and that pays for your experience, right? You know, like, for every guy out there that spends $500 on skins, there's 250,000 players that get to play for free. It pays their way. So it's all going to lead to this game having a good community. I think that's what's going to happen, because there's enough people in here. The game's good enough, definitely. Everyone's enjoying it, even the people that are trying to diss on it and trying to talk shit about how this game's trying to make money and pay for itself. It just is what it is. I think it's fair. I think it's fair. Mobile Gamers Unite thinks it's fair. So far, right? So if I missed anything, please leave me a comment. Let me know. But as far as I can tell, this is where I stand on it so far until anything changes. And like I said, don't stress over legendary crests. They will have them around. They will be around. You will be getting them. Period. Just concentrate on your hero. Concentrate on getting all the gear and all the awesome effects and different things that you can do in this game. And just how lit it is. Damn. All right. It's been 34 minutes of fun. I'm going to get in here and try to get my character to level 35, and I'm not going to trip about any crests or gems along the way. And leave me a comment. Say hi. Don't be a stranger. If you're new, welcome to the channel. Make sure to hit like. Maybe throw a sub my way. Later, folks.